Nearly a little bit behind. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Buenos dias, ciao, hola. How are you doing? Welcome. This is Ken at 10. If you haven't been here before, where have you been? This is where you should be every morning at 10 o'clock. Hope you're having a good day so far. It is bright and beautiful here in Norbury, SW16. And we've had a great day this morning in terms of offers and bits and pieces going on. At the end of the show, we're going to talk about things that you need to do, the most essential things. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, according to one of the national papers. If you want more detail about how home styling, what you should be doing and how you should be thinking before selling, so I know a lot of you out there are thinking of selling right now, then these things, I would generally agree with this actually. I think they're about right in what they've said, but that is just literally skimming the surface. And we have a whole blog article this month on this and a whole campaign on it. It is so critical to get the presentation right in order to achieve the best possible price. But it also depends who you're selling to. You know, one of the things I always say is, you know, when you're looking to sell anything, the first question you should be asking is, who is my buyer? What is my target market? What are they like? What appeals to them? Do they mind if my house looks like this? Would it be better if it looks like that? You know, one of the things that we found more and more now really appealing is an office space. And that means maybe converting a landing space quite often into, you know, a little desk and computer space can make all the difference. So people can see how they could live in your home, how they can move in there and live in the way that they're used to living. Second homes I see have jumped. It seems that there's been a 30% increase in people looking for second homes since lockdown. Interesting, isn't it? There's certain sectors of the market are jumping, and other people, they're like anything else, I suppose. There are winners and losers, but you know, interesting to see that. We went out the weekend, freedom. The wife and I went to a restaurant, Maria and I, and it was just lovely to be out and about, you know. Lovely service, and then we kind of just felt connected again, you know. And that's one of the things that I've missed as a very gregarious person. I love the contact, I love talking to people, and you know, it's just nice to be out and about and seeing people again and getting that human contact. And glad to see that the figures now look good, and it looks like we're in for a V-shaped recovery, which is great. Watching something on the news this morning, but the Beirut situation, oh my gosh, I had a tear in my eye. And if you saw it this morning on the BBC, a woman with 5 children, absolutely heartbreaking to see. Awful situation, and your heart goes out to anyone that's got friends or family out there. Absolutely shocking. Cash for planning, just on the planning side of things, they're talking about relaxing all the planning rules. The other side of the coin is that they're now giving cash to local groups that are wishing to fight planning, up to £18,000. I think that's quite a good thing. So if locally you're getting something which is totally prohibitive, you know, you don't want it for whatever reason, it's ugly, then, you know, you've got to look at it and you've got to say, well, let's get together, get a group of us. There's now funding available, and you can fight against some of these planning applications. I think that's important. Community groups getting together, hyper local power. We like that. Want to get around and speak to a few restaurants locally as well. I was thinking about this as I was out the weekend. It was lovely to be out, and it just occurred to me, lots of great restaurants here in Norbury, and you may not know about them, and we want to show you them. So we're going to do some interviews with them. So if you are a local restaurateur and you'd like a little interview live with us right here, then we will be delighted to have you on board. You can tell us about your skills, your specialities, and your personalities. We can get those across right here live on screen, and hopefully it will help your business. You know, eat out to help out. It is important to help the local economy, and we're all about that, being a local and the most established independent in the area. You know, we really are about supporting our friends and colleagues all across the local area. Shop local, keep it local wherever you can. The faceless corporates will always be there, but it's the people and the personalities. That's what we're interested in. Keep the characters in the area, and you do that by supporting them. So, you know, get yourself out there, get yourself a meal locally, speak to people that are local. You'll feel much better for it. I know we did. Gosh. Now, in terms of things you need to do to your home before you sell it, stand by. You got your pen and paper ready? Well, first thing is go to our blog. Go to jamesalexander.com. You'll see a little yellow icon on the right-hand side of the screen that says blog. It's only a little tiny one. We don't shout about it, but if you click on that, we've got a huge article taking you through every single step of what you should be doing in order to make the most and maximize the sale of your home. But a few things, bullet points that have come out in the nationals today, and I do broadly agree with these. Curb appeal. You know, the first thing people will see when they look at your home is your front door. And it is so often overlooked. So often I go and see houses and the front door is literally shabby. And you think, a coat of paint, really? Do it. Maybe, you know, soften it with some planting. Be surprised what a nice flower arrangement the difference it can make is incredible. Overgrown garden as well. Get the lawnmower out. And if you can't do it, get someone in to do it. Just make it neat and tidy. And if it feels a little bit harsh and concrete, other people are going to think that as well. So, you know, think about getting a planter out there. Get some flowers out there. Even if you're not a floral person, you know, just soften the hard edges so it feels inviting. When that picture's taken, and as you all know, anyone who knows us will know that we're very big on getting the pictures right, both for our videos and for our general shoots. We use a pro every time, and you know, he will do the best to help you, but you need to help yourself by getting certain ducks in a row, if you will. So overgrown garden, make sure about that. Damp and mold. This is a common one. Quite often you've got a little bit of dampness in the bathroom, a little bit of mold. You might not be bothered about it. People are bothered about it. You really do need to deal with it. And there are some really simple solutions. You know, a line of mastic costs very little to do. And with a little bit of practice on a block of wood at right angles, you can actually find you're quite good just with your thumb. So definitely think about damp and mold, renewing those grout lines. You can get some grout paint now, which is very good. And a simple solution of warm water and diluted bleach can do wonders to areas with a little bit of black spot mold. And the places to look for them, if you hadn't yet checked, are above your taps generally, in your bath, on your shower. If you look directly up, most properties we find have got a little bit of a problem in that area. And, you know, just get your marigolds on, bleach and warm water. You'd be surprised what you can do. So crack on with that, definitely. Cracks. People do worry about cracks. Most of the time, cracks are minor and they don't take a lot of filling and decorating. So always look at that. A little bit of flexible filler can go a long way. And then repaint the rooms. Don't just repaint the crack. That looks awful. You know it. I know you want to do it, but I'm telling you, you can't. You must do the whole room. Make it feel fresh. Why not? You've got the brush out anyway, but take time to get the filling right. And quite often what people do is they fill the crack, but it's unlevel in the first place. You need to hack the whole crack away and then refill from the base so that you get a good flat finish. Then make sure you put a good strong undercoat on. Neutral colors, can't express enough. You know, gray is the new beige. If you're going to do a color, gray is probably the one. Keep it neutral though. No strong hard colors. That can be quite prohibitive. Dark rooms is another one. You know, if you've got blinds or curtains for viewings, always open them. Always. Never leave them closed. If you've got nets, take them down. What are you doing? Get the nets out of the way. You'll look much better for it. Clutter. Now, it's a problem for most of us. I always say when people view a house, they look at it and they want to see it as they imagine they might live there. The reality is we're all messy, aren't we? You know, my wife's always going on at me. She's not messy. Don't quite know how. But always going on about me, about leaving things in the wrong place and not putting things where they're supposed to be. And it does make a difference when you've got people around for viewing. So if you haven't got a lot of space, this can be a real issue. And I do remember years ago, I took on this property and I said to the client, look, we've got nowhere else to put stuff. Use your kitchen cupboards, you know, just open the kitchen cupboards, find where you've got space, put your clutter in there, sling what you can. If you haven't used it in a year, you're probably not going to use it, lose it. But other than that, kitchen cupboards, think about understairs cupboards, think about outside space, use your garage, your loft. In this particular case, the only place we could find to put her stuff was actually in the kitchen cupboards. So we did. We filled up the kitchen cupboards. And first viewing I went round went into the kitchen, opened the door, smash. Out came all the stuff over the floor. So be careful not to fill it too high. It can come back and bite you on the butt. But yeah, declutter and whatever you can lose, you know, in terms of, and think about things that are brightly colored as well. I always say in pictures, things that jump out are things like, you know, your child's yellow mini car that's stuck in the corner of the room. That will pop in the photograph. And unless it's a bunch of flowers that you want to pop in the photograph, you want to keep away from that sort of thing as well. And garish decor is the last one, you know, kind of spoken about that in the former, but decor, please keep it neutral, keep it plain, keep it subtle and simple. Having said that, there's nothing wrong with having a nice floral display, or maybe simply a bunch of fruit can do wonders to soften a room. We've got someone here that's pretty much an expert at this stuff as well, which always helps. But we love talking about home styling and making sure your place is the best it can be, because we're all about getting you the best price. And part of getting you the best price is giving you the best information to make sure you have the best chance when that buyer comes through your door of securing a sale. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I hope you have a great day. We've got a really busy one today, actually, loads and loads going on, and looking forward to it. We'll be back tomorrow with James Alexander for another Ken at 10. It's Ask Jay Tuesday tomorrow, so more questions then, and look forward to seeing you then. Have a fantastic day. Take care of yourselves.